YouTube, how you doing? Chris Murphy here, bringing you another product review. Today's review is going to be on the HyperX Cloud Orbit. This headset comes in two models, this one and then the Cloud Orbit S. This headset here retails for $300 and the S version, which includes 3D head tracking technology, retails for $330. Although at the time of this review, both are on a huge sale right now. This headset is at the moment $210 and the S model is on sale right now for $250. I'm sure that's just a temporary sale that they have going on right now, but just so you're aware of the retail prices of these headsets and what they're on sale for at the moment. Outside of the cables that you get for this headset, this is what's in the box. You've got the headset here, and you've got a pretty good sized boom microphone that's detachable as well. Just talking about the headset real quick. At $300, this is not a very cheap headset. That's one of the more premium prices that you're going to pay for a specifically a gaming headset. But if you're wondering if it's worth that, we'll get to the sound quality in a moment, but as far as the build quality goes, it feels very, very good coming out of the box. It's got a good weight to it, but it's not overly heavy. It's got a really nice feeling matte textured plastic here, and it's got really nice leather padding along the top of the headband here, as well as on the ear cups themselves. The ear cups do swivel, and these are a full leather pad here, so it's really comfortable to wear. And on the back side here, this is the left ear cup, and I'll go ahead and show you that one first. Up here at the top on the outside is the mic mute button, and right here at the bottom is the power button for the headset. On the bottom side here, you have a 3D button, and right below that is your microphone jack. I'll go ahead and plug that in real quick. Down below that is your USB port. That's where you're going to plug in your headset to the PC as well as charge it. And then you've got a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack there, a mic wheel, and a volume wheel. This is going to adjust your mic volume. This is going to adjust your headset volume, but they also press in, which will give it a couple of different features that we'll go over later when we talk about the software. The right ear cup has nothing on it, so all of the controls are going to be right there on the left. There's a little bit of HyperX branding along the top, looks very nice. HyperX branding on each of the ear cups, and we'll talk about the Audeze implication here in a moment, but this headset was made in conjunction with Audeze, and you can see a little bit of their branding on the inside of the headset there. So that's the headset. Now we'll hook it up to the PC so that we can do a mic test and go over all of the software options as well.
Alright guys, now we'll talk about the comfort of the headset and the sound quality itself. Um, as usual with these reviews, everything from here on out is going to be done with the onboard microphone. So this is what the microphone sounds like. As you can hear, it sounds pretty good. I feel like it could be a little bit better, especially when you consider the price of the headset is $300 or $330 if you get the S model. So bear in mind this isn't the best microphone that I've heard. You know, it's not going to compete with some of the better ones in my opinion, like the Corsair Virtuoso, like the Turtle Beach Elite Pro 2. But this is on par with other $200 to $300 headsets such as the Astro A50, which are wireless. This is not, but I would like to see a little bit better microphone quality out of this headset, but it's certainly not bad. As far as comfort goes, I noticed that it is a little bit on the heavier side. I wouldn't say that it's uncomfortable, but you can definitely feel that weight. Um, the clamping force is a little bit tight for me personally, just depending on your head size. That could determine whether that's a problem for you or not. It's a little stiff, potentially with wearing this headset a little bit longer, stretching it out a little bit. That clamping force might not be too bad, but for where I am right now after wearing this headset for about 2 or 3 days, the clamping force is a little tight. Fortunately, there's ample padding on this headset, both on the ear cups and the top, and the ear cups are pretty deep, so your ears aren't going to be rubbing up against the inside of that speaker plate, which is great. There's really no software to go over for this headset. The S model does come with specific software for head tracking capabilities. This is a 3D audio headset, so it comes with a software that actually tracks your head movement. Therefore, if you turn your head while gaming, the software will actually make it so that the audio is reacting to where your current head position is, which is a really cool technology. We see that technology mainly with the Audeze Mobius, which makes sense because HyperX partnered with Audeze to make this headset, so it makes sense that their head tracking capabilities filtered down to this headset as well. This headset is going to be primarily for PC or PS4 users. You can use this on other devices like the Switch and the Xbox or even your phone through that 3.5 millimeter jack, but just keep in mind you're not going to get all the features of this headset, and it's probably not going to sound as good. You're not going to get the audio quality that you would if you were connected via USB. Also keep in mind that if you're using the 3.5 millimeter head jack, you're going to essentially be kind of, even though it's wired in, this headset does have a battery inside of it because this is technically a wired headset. So in order to listen to this headset, even over the 3.5 millimeter jack, you're going to either want this headset charged up because it needs the internal battery to be charged to be able to use that 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, or you're going to have to be connected via USB and the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack to make use of this headset. And the battery life, if you are using it that way, is going to be roughly 9 to 14 hours, depending on different variables such as how loud you're listening to the headset and stuff like that. Now, when you're connected to PC, which is going to be the best way to use this headset, you have 3 different modes. You have a 2-channel stereo mode, you have an 8-channel HD stereo mode, and you have a high-res mode. Now, I personally thought that the 2-channel mode was a little bit low, not only in terms of volume output, but in terms of the sound quality as well. Both the high-res mode and the 8-channel stereo mode sounded fantastic. I personally left this, especially when gaming, just on the 8-channel stereo mode. It sounded really, really good, not only for gaming, but for music and movies as well. The high-res mode, I would recommend staying away from that mode unless you're actually listening to high-res or lossless audio quality sources. In that case, I think the high-res mode is going to be the way to go. But if you're just gaming or listening to regular music through, iTunes or Spotify or something like that, or if you're watching Netflix movies, then that 8-channel stereo mode is going to sound really, really good. This headset, even though this is the regular model, not the S model, it actually does have a 3D audio button on the front. This isn't going to have the head tracking capabilities, but it does try to enhance the sound and give you a 3D audio. I found it personally to sound almost like there was an echo or a reverberation in the headset. I didn't like it at all. In fact, I thought when I first plugged it in, the 3D audio comes on automatically. And I thought there might be something wrong with the headset or something like that. Turns out there was nothing wrong with the headset. It's just that echo, I didn't care for it. I turned off the 3D audio and it sounded really, really good. Now, speaking specifically about the audio coming out of this headset, it might literally be the best sound quality I have ever heard on a gaming specific headset. We're not talking like $600 Sennheiser studio headsets or anything like that. We're talking specifically headsets designed for gaming, marketed towards gaming. The sound quality from this headset is very, very good. There is deep bass. And when I say deep bass, I'm talking like you can almost feel like a rattle when you're listening to this headset. And I don't mean a rattle from like poor build quality. I mean a rattle, it's like a thunderous boom from those low ends. I used this headset to watch the premiere of the new Halo Infinite trailer, and there was such a deep reverberation in some of the scenes with like the spaceships. There's one when he gets to the top of the elevator and the spaceship kind of hovers and then goes off into the distance, and there's such a deep bass there. And I put on a couple of different headsets right after that, and none of the headsets gave me that deep rattle that this headset did. The bass is very good, the low end is great. The mids are super clear. The highs have a nice crisp tune to them. Vocals are very good when listening to music. Even in conjunction with the bass as good as it is, doesn't drown out the vocals of the music. I can't say enough good things about the sound quality from this headset. It's very, very good. I don't think there's anybody that would be disappointed with the sound quality coming from this headset. And one of the things that makes this headset unique, and one of the reasons why it does sound so good, is because this headset has 100 millimeter planar transducer speakers. And what that means is most headsets, especially at this price range and especially for gaming, have neodymium magnetic drivers. And those are great. The sound quality from those is usually pretty good, especially on some of the larger sizes like the 50 millimeter drivers. But typically, when you move to a planar driver, the sound quality is going to be enhanced. There's less frequency distortion and things of that nature. And the drivers themselves are huge. They're double the size of a typical neodymium 50 millimeter driver. This headset has a frequency response of 10 hertz to 50 kilohertz, which is a huge frequency response. So with that broad frequency response and the huge planar driver, it makes sense why this headset sounds so good. Also important to note that this is the only color it comes in, which is black. It doesn't come in white or, any other kind of accent colors. So what you see is pretty much what you get with this headset. I kind of wish, especially at this price range, there was at least one other color option, just so there's a variation there of what you can choose. But the headset itself looks really good. It feels great as well. Again, the clamping force for me in particular is a little bit tight, but for the most part, it's a comfortable headset, and the sound quality is amazing. If there's one main improvement that they need to make to this headset, it's that for a $300 to $330 headset, I feel like the mic quality could be better, but the mic quality is far from bad. It's still plenty adequate for a gaming headset. When it comes to making a recommendation, I could definitely recommend this headset. Even for $300 to $330, the sound quality is amazing. And when you look at something just in that price range, something like the Astro A50s, which I understand those are a wireless headset, they're kind of in a different bracket there. But when you're talking about a $300 headset, the sound quality of these will blow the Astro A50s out of the water, and the microphone quality is probably on par with the Astro A50s. So if you're looking for a headset in the $300 range and you don't mind a wired gaming headset, this would probably be towards the top of my recommendation list. I feel that most gamers are going to be plenty satisfied with this headset, especially if you're gaming on PC, but even if you're gaming on PS4. I don't think I would recommend these for Xbox or Switch users because, again, while you can use this headset with one of those devices using the 3.5 millimeter jack, you're not going to be able to take advantage of many of the features on this headset, and you're not going to get as high as fidelity audio. And while it doesn't sound bad, I think there's better options in this price range. You could save yourself $50 to $100, get a cheaper headset, and potentially similar sound quality. But for PC and PS4 users, especially PC users, this headset is really great. Now, to change some of the specs of this headset, you're going to use the volume and the mic wheel. The volume wheel obviously controls the volume. The mic will adjust your mic output. But if you hold down the microphone button for about 3 seconds, it will switch between high-res 2-channel audio and 8-channel audio. Also, on the front of the headset, as I said before, if you hold down that 3D audio button for about 3 seconds, it will turn on and off that 3D audio. And there's a voice inside that lets you know what mode you're in. And then as far as the EQ presets, if you hold down the volume wheel and then turn the volume wheel once either direction, it will cycle through those EQ presets. So you do have a certain amount of EQ presets built into the headset itself, and everything can be controlled by just holding down one of those audio buttons, and then in the case of the EQ presets, just turning that volume wheel after you hold down that button for a second will cycle through between all of those. So it's pretty easy to use in that sense as well. Alright guys, and that's it for the review. If you guys found this video useful, please give this video a thumbs up. If you guys would like to see other content like this, such as product reviews, stream setup tutorials, anything like that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you guys have any questions or comments about this review or the headset itself, put those in the comment section down below. And as always, if you guys would like to chat with me live, I go live on twitch.tv/murphfrags pretty much 6 or 7 nights a week around 9:30 Eastern. So you guys can catch me real time over there. I can help you with any stream setup questions or any other questions you have about my reviews, or you could just hang out in the chat. so you guys can watch my gameplay or ask me any questions over there. YouTube, we'll catch you later.